All right, Carrie, let's talk trash today.
Let's talk trash today.
Okay, so we want to talk to you about trash today, the different kinds of, yellow bag and Restmüll and paper and what's out there, right?
Right.
Okay, so yeah, how do we start this? Let's talk about...
How about all the different kinds? Because in the States, there's generally regular trash and then recycling. And most places, recycling is pretty limited to type 1 plastic, type 2 plastic, and paper and cans.
Okay, well, let's talk then. Recycling here is vastly, I would say, the yellow bag, right?
Yes.
So what goes in the yellow bag? It's relatively easy. Any kind of plastic material that you have, especially when it has the so-called green dot on it. I hope you can see that. It's that little logo here. So when you use this container, which is a organic spirituous alcohol cleaner, and it's entirely empty, then you throw this in the yellow bag.
Do you have to take it apart, like take the straw out?
No. You
chuck
leave
it right in?
Yep. When it's empty, you don't have to like rinse it out or wash it out. Just when it's empty, just toss it in the yellow bag.
All right.
If you have aluminum foil or like food trays made from aluminum material, they have to be spoon clean. The same thing is true for like yogurt cups or so. Do not rinse them out, wash them out, put them in a dishwasher. Spoon clean is okay. You can't put in there is containers that have larger residue in it. Like you do a lasagna and there's like, there's like a sheet of lasagna pasta stuck on the bottom.
Right.
That's a no-go. You have to scrape that out.
Okay. And then things like milk cartons and other wax paper items also go in the yellow bag.
Absolutely right. So your milk cartons, your cocoa milk cartons, juice boxes, and all of that stuff. If you bought this on the German economy, you can really go off if it has that green dot symbol on it. That means in the yellow. If you buy stuff at the commissary, why would you buy stuff at the commissary? Anyways,
if you do.
So if you do buy stuff at the commissary, of course, it usually doesn't have that dot on it. The same is true. If you buy milk at the commissary, if you buy any kind of cleaners or so, same thing. When the bottles are empty.
Plastic bags. So in the States, it's type 4 plastic. Plastic bags, usually in the States, you'd have to take it to, say, Target, turn it in there to recycle it, because you can't recycle it in the trash in the States, but you can recycle it in the yellow bag here.
So let's say you would shop at the commissary, which you don't. No, I'm kidding. It's fine. It's fine. Trust me, it's fine. Those white commissary bags, they would go in the yellow bag as well.
Yes. Yep. And then like Ziploc bags and Reese's bags and things like that. That all goes right in the yellow bag.
Yeah.
Yep.
So here's one that's a bit odd. That's like hand sanitizer. And it says on the back here, there's no yellow point on it, but it says it's highly flammable and it's dangerous. And it has this symbol that shows a crossed out trash can. What's that?
I asked you this question myself because I was confused. So it means that it's not able to go in the trash if it has stuff in it. Correct.
Yes. So even though it doesn't have a yellow point, if it is entirely empty, and this is hand sanitizer is basically alcohol. If it's entirely empty, you used every single bit of it, it's plastic, toss it in the yellow one, okay? It's common sense. You have to apply a bit of common sense. Look at those products as like they came from the commissary or so and don't have the yellow, okay? Common sense. Now, one item that you can't put in the yellow bag is a motor oil container. So when you fill up your motor oil, your engine oil in your car, even if you put everything in your oil reservoir in the car, there is still residue left in the can. And just one drop of oil pollutes a cubic meter or so of water. So you can't do that. So what do you do with that? Well, you bring it back to the place where you purchased it, or you bring it to a hazardous waste collection point.
Yes.
Speaking of that, do we have any recommendations for that?
So the garbage app that you can download has all of the hazardous waste truck pickup points listed in the app, so you can actually go and see when it will be in your village.
So where do you get the app?
You can get it in the App Store for your iPhone or for your Droid.
And how do you know which one to download?
I will put a picture of it in the video so people know.
Oh, I
There
see.
we go.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Also,
I know not all of the land prices use it or all the counties use it, but the vast majority of them do.
Correct.
And then another thing that you also need to take to the hazardous waste truck is nail polish and paint. That can't go in, this is a glass bottle, it cannot go in the glass unless it's completely empty and the paint inside is dry, and then you can. If there's any paint left over, then it has to go to the hazardous waste truck. And the same thing for cooking grease.
yes, it's a dumb thing to flush cooking grease, oil or something down your drain or in the toilet. What happens is when it comes in contact with the cold water, it solidifies and it will clog up your sink, your toilet and whatnot. If it doesn't do it immediately, it will over time.
Right,
Okay?
right.
And you have to pay for an expensive, cleanup.
So just dump it into a recycled glass jar,
Right.
seal it up, and then take it down to the hazardous waste truck.
Now, each community in the counties here will give out these, they call garbage advisory pamphlets. This happened to be the one from Landstuhl, but I know there's one from Kusel, there's one in Kaiserslautern and whatnot. They're all in German, of course. That's a downside.
No, I've gotten an English one.
You got an English
I
one?
did,
Oh
yes.
my God. See, this is the German one. Amanda gave us that. Thanks, Amanda.
Yes.
And it tells you in German or English, what can you put in what bin and where is the collection point for hazardous waste and whatnot. Now, how do you get this? Well, ask your landlord when you move in. If he can't provide you with that, the community, your town hall, they all do speak English. Ask them for one.
Yes.
Several of them are downloadable online as well. So again, ask your help of your neighbor or anybody that you know in your community, and you should be able to get your hands on one of those.
Correct. Yes.
Now, I have a question.
Yes.
So let's not talk about the yellow sack. Let's talk about the black garbage can that you have.
Yes.
What's that for?
So that's Restmüll, or in the States it would just be your regular trash.
Okay.
But it's non-recyclable items, and there's actually very little in Germany that's a non-recyclable item. All right, so what actually goes in the Restmüll? If most of the stuff can go into the yellow bag, what goes in Restmüll?
Well, you notice that the Restmüll, the black one, is fairly small, okay? So
Very.
this is basically the container for your kitty litter. That would also be the container for like soiled paper, like your pizza boxes that are covered in grease, okay?
Diapers.
Diapers, yes. However, some communities, again, provide so-called diaper bags because, as you know, there can be
Adding up
a load of, meant to say something else, but I caught myself, a load of diapers.
load of diapers, yes.
So some communities provide these diaper bags. If for whatever reason the capacity of your black trash container is not sufficient on a regular basis, like every week you run into the same problem, contact your landlord or your community town hall. You can ask for a bigger container. It's a few euro more a month. You can get a bigger container. If you once in a blue moon have excess garbage that doesn't fit in it, or the lid doesn't close, which is a common mistake that people do, they put like garbage bags in and the lid is open, and then they wonder why they get dinged by the trash people. They're not picking it up because you pay for the volume of the container. You can get additional certified trash bags in your community. They usually have a writing community of Landstuhl or whatnot, and they cost like €3, between 60 and 90 usually. So let's say €4 to be all cool. And that fee for the trash bag also includes the pickup fee for that trash bag. So again, you PCS in or you PCS out, you might have a bit more garbage, or you have a family reunion or something. Or you get rid of a family member. No, you bring them to the graveyard.
Well, that would go in the bio.
No, graveyard.
Oh.
Human remains go in buried, not in the not in the
well,
bio.
if I had a tiger, that would solve that problem anyway.
No,
Yeah.
you can't do that.
Oh,
No,
I can't have
no,
a tiger?
No, you can have a tiger, but it's not. It's
I
not.
can have a tiger.
No, it's not a Carol thing here. No, let's be serious here. So, okay, I think yeah.
Yeah.
That's what goes in the black one. Not a lot. actually.
No, and the yellow bags you also get at your town hall along with the extra rest meal bags, right? That's the same place?
It again depends on the community. Some communities do not allow you to order them over the phone or pick them up at the community center. You have to use the trash app. To be honest with you, I actually buy once a year like 20 of them on eBay.
Oh,
The certified official ones, because to me it's a hazard to call or use the app and get them or not.
I should start selling mine because we get 2 sets, one for our apartment downstairs, one for our apartment upstairs.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I've got like
Make
50 bags in the garage.
Give me some.
I
Anyways,
can.
we're rambling here. Let's continue, okay?
Yep.
So my question is now, if I buy these trash bags and I use my trash can that I have in the pantry, in my case, and I line them with this is plastic.
Correct.
Can I throw this plastic back, or do I have to dump it in the trash can and then put this plastic back in the yellow?
No, you put it all right in the regular trash can.
That's right.
Yes.
Okay, even though it's plastic, that's an exception. Of course, it has your household garbage in it. Now, listen, if you have a bio bin, these are usually the brown bins. Some communities have them. I would say most of them, but some don't. If you have a bio bin, make it a habit to separate your food trash, meaning your banana peels, your orange peels, your potato peels, your leftover meat products, your eggshells, your cheese, all your leftover bread, and I mean literally everything that you eat and is left over and you want to throw out, that you do not throw it in the black bin. Throw that in the bio bin.
Right.
Okay.
Right. And one caveat though, if you're throwing it in the bio bin, I know some of the lawn crisis don't take meat products. So you have to be careful.
Yeah, see, that's a good point. I learned it the hard way, actually, that they do in my community, and I'm in Bruch-Mühlbach, so I was telling my family, do not put any food in, it's only for, garden trash and whatnot. And then I actually read the thing, and it says the rules changed, so do put meat in. So it's kind of like a touchy subject, so to speak.
It depends.
Yeah, you have to really look in your community.
Yep.
Now, when you put food products in, your leftovers, I highly recommend that you wrap them either in a bio, like a paper trash, or you have
the green one.
Yeah, these are biodegradable things.
Correct, but again, you have to check with your community because not all the communities take these. These biodegrade with heat, so if your community does not do their bio in a heat facility and they spread it out on the field, you can't use these because then they're not biodegradable.
So it's summertime, you throw all your leftovers in the bio bin.
Yes.
It's 30 degrees Celsius, 100 Fahrenheit out there, so it starts stinking.
Yes, very
and
much.
And then little creepers come.
Oh, the maggots are gross.
Yeah,
yes.
so what do you do?
So there's actually a maggot dust that you can get here or at other what's called bound marks, which are like Home Depots, that you can sprinkle into your trash. You can also clean your trash cans so that it's not super gross, and that will definitely help. And then that'll help keep them down. So what we do at our house is we have a trash can, and I line it with a regular trash bag because I'm lazy. Okay. And then I put a paper bag in it, and then when we take the bio out, we dump the paper bag with the bio in it into the bio, and then I take the plastic bag out and put it in the yellow bag when it gets nasty. So
okay, and I heard you have one of those little trash things here too.
So these are super handy. This one has a filter on the top for a carbon filter, so it doesn't get really smelly and nasty, and then it's smaller so they are easier to wash.
Look at that. Okay.
Yep.
Indeed, it has one in it.
And then these are nice because they go on your counter if you have room in your kitchen for it on your counter.
Okay, so I would put this actually under the sink because I don't want to see my garbage can on the counter.
I don't want to have to clean under my sink. I don't have anything under my sink.
That's why you have kids, right? They clean under your sink. They have little hands.
Something like that.
So you line this one with one of those, and then you put all your stuff in, and then dump it.
I actually line it with just a regular one, and then I put that in the yellow bag.
Well, I would use this actually after I checked if I can actually use this in my community.
Yeah, and see, we can't use these at all, which is why I use these and then put this in the yellow bag, but that keeps the can from getting so gross and I don't have to clean it.
Well, there's another thing I want to talk about. I see a lot of Americans not being familiar with the so-called refund system here, or fund. And I see a lot of Americans throwing away even Coke bottles, or let's be neutral, soda bottles that they buy on base in the yellow bin.
So the ones you buy on base don't come with the fund. Although I've heard, I've been corrected, some of them do, but
Some
most,
do.
most
Actually,
of them don't.
Most liter bottles that
Oh,
you
they
would
do?
buy at the place with the C,
Yeah,
or at the place with the A,
yeah.
they actually have that symbol on them.
Oh, well then you should bring them in and get your money back, because a plastic bottle, they're 25 cents each.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
do not toss them in the garbage, or in the even worse, in the yellow trash.
Right.
Because you're throwing away money.
Right.
And by now you should know that most German glass bottles are refundable as well. Okay,
Not
so
wine
beer
bottles, though.
Yeah, but beer bottle. Who drinks wine? Beer.
Beer.
Bottles. Yeah. stuff like
Yogurt bottles, milk bottles, those all have the fond on them.
yogurt
to give them back.
glasses.
Yes, the glass ones, not the
Not
plastic
bottles.
ones. Correct. Correct.
that. All right. Anything else that we need to mention when it comes to trash?
Well, we did do another video where we showed what you can recycle here in the store that's
Yes.
considered hazardous waste. So light bulbs,
Batteries.
printer cartridges.
Yes.
Those things you can bring into the store and recycle. I know some of the other stores take even more than that, like the big blue box across the street. They take foil wrappings and stuff like that.
Each store in Germany that sells batteries has to take batteries back. So if you have empty batteries that you bought in a grocery shop, they have some sort of recycling bin, usually in the entrance exit area, where you can dispose of them. Light bulbs, usually the energy saving efficient ones, they have to be recycled. You can bring them back to the store.
Yep. And then we do in the parking lot here at Globus have a clothing recycling bin and glass recycling bin.
Yeah, so if you have any glass, like wine bottles that are non-refundable, you can bring them here, and before you enter the store, just dump it there. If you have some leftover clothes that you want to donate to one of the charity organizations, we also have a collection point right outside the store, towards the as of now, towards the car wash, right?
Correct. Yep. And it's shoes, it's clothes, it's bedding, anything, and they recycle or they donate it if they're in good
Correct.
condition.
Yes.
And then the last thing is electronics. People ask about that a lot.
Electronics, that again depends on where you live. I live in the Kaiserslautern county, so we do have a collection point in Kinsbach. During COVID now, I've never dropped it there during COVID, but I know you have to get an appointment, so you have to call ahead, get an appointment, and then you can bring them there. It's basically a big recycling center where you bring your printer, your TV, your computer parts and whatnot, all kinds of electronics. But they also have collection for other stuff, like if you have large, like a bed or something you want to get rid of.
Yep.
Speaking of that, bulk trash is also a thing. It depends again on your community where you live in. In my community, we have 2 free bulk pickups a year. You have to call, make an appointment, and then the night before that appointment, you put your stuff in sizable pieces, meaning not a whole closet. You have to take it apart so they can actually haul it in the truck out on the curb in front of your house, and then they come and pick it up.
Correct. And then for my community, you can actually take your electronics waste down to the hazardous waste trucks. So I usually have quite the load to go to hazardous waste by the time I'm done. Yep. And then the other thing, Zach is the big garbage recycling center here. It's kind of out north, Sembach, towards Sembach, that area. You can make an appointment online, and then they actually send you a handy little map of where everything goes, and they recycle a lot. So you can recycle a lot more here in Germany than you can in the States, and it's definitely worth doing it.
Yes. And there's also another resource, the recycling center on base. I believe the squadron that runs that, they have a German national that works for them. During the incomers brief, when you do your in-processing, you should get a briefing, or your active duty member should get a briefing about garbage and also contact information. If you have any garbage related questions, or you have issues that you don't know where to dispose of something, you can always contact the on-base garbage person for advice and help. Okay, so please don't freak out and don't do the wrong thing and dump your motor oil somewhere in the woods. That's illegal, highly illegal. You can ask for help. Yeah? And if you really don't, if you can't get an answer, right on the Globus page, and we'll be able to help you.
Yep. Okay? And we didn't really talk about it because it's pretty standard, but the paper is the last one. I know for us, if you have more paper than fits in the can, you can just put it up next to the paper can and we'll take
Same
it.
in our community. Well, the only thing with the paper is like heavily soiled paper. Let's say you order a pizza and half your pepperoni is stuck on the lid of that, or your cheese it's like soaked in cheese and oil. That has to go in the black bin because it's heavily soiled. If there's a little grease stain here and there, it doesn't matter. Okay, so unsoiled paper, cardboard, of course, in the blue bin, or whatever color your bin. Usually it's blue.
Yeah, ours is blue. All right.
All right. Did we have anything else to say?
I think we answered everything, but if you guys do have trash related questions, go ahead and
I have
leave
one.
them in the comments.
Where do you recycle these masks?
You don't. These are rest mule.
Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Exactly.
And along with the hand wipes.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah. Hazardous, actually. No, I mean, I would not pick up one that I see on the street.
No,
Sorry,
absolutely
but
not. Yep.
okay. Well, that's it for today. Thanks.